If Jesus' brother James was saying, don't love the world or you're an enemy with God, what was Jesus doing hanging out like at parties with alcohol and drunks? Did they not talk and get like their story straight? This is very confusing. And I would often get this part confused. And I would go like, oh, the more you're like Steven Anderson, like kind of mean, that means the more right that you are. And the more soft, gentle you are, well, you're really just doing that to, save your own back. That you don't really care about these people. You care how they treat you. You don't want them to hate you or think bad of you. So you're trying to be kind, to get friends. That's not good for you. That's not good for them. But just looking at James chapter 4, where he says like, oh, if you love the world, you're an enemy with God. Right before all that, he's talking about, in verse 3, you ask but do not receive because you ask wrongly, to spend it on your passions. Adulterers, do you not know that to be a lover of the world means enmity with God? So he's not saying, hey, you're wrong because you're kind and caring and trying to reach the lost, and maybe you're like Jesus where you're out at these parties where, there is alcohol, but you're not really there for the celebration or for the alcohol, you're there for the people. He's not saying, hey, if you love other people, you're an enemy of God. He's saying, if you love the things of the world, if you love the sensual things of the world, the food, the wine, the lust of the flesh, the pride of life, I think that's the stuff that makes you an enemy with God. Not loving others, not going out and trying to be fishers of men and love people, the same people that God loves, and he gave his only son as sacrifice to have an eternal relationship with them. So that word world, I don't think that world means the people. If we're even to love our enemies, then I don't think you're at wrong if you're being kind and loving to, atheists or people who don't believe in God, or maybe they used to believe and now they don't believe, and you're trying to win them back. Because at the end of James, where he goes like, oh, if someone strays from the faith and you win them back, you're even going to take a lot of sins off your back. So if James isn't talking about loving people makes you an enemy of God, James is talking about loving the things of this world, not the people, the things, the pleasures of this world.